Hello again, YouTube family. Jake here with Tactical Stump Removal. We're going to try, I guess we'll call this video Living with the RG80. I've been getting a lot of requests and phone calls and things like that about this machine just because it's so new. People don't know who to talk to, so obviously I've got one and people find my information online. I don't really try and keep it secret or nothing, so it's kind of cool. I can help you guys out if I can. Like I said, that's kind of the reason for these videos. Right now, well, I guess I can turn this back on. We'll give it a couple seconds. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update video on this RG80. I think I've got 180 hours on it now, something like that. I'll tell you here in a second. Let's see here what this thing is telling us. Oh, right there, 189, so 190 hours on this machine. I've definitely been using it. I've had it on a lot of different obstacles and different yards and all kinds of different situations, just typical stump grinder stuff that you guys might understand. But yeah, we'll go over some things that I like, a couple things I don't like, and we'll just keep updating from there. I guess we'll start from the very beginning. Up here, your stump grinder teeth. I know you guys are aware that I use these green teeth, and again, the Rayco teeth, they only stick up just above where this is at. You know, they're only sticking up, you know, just about the tooth size over the top of this. So when you're plunge cutting with a wheel this wide, it doesn't allow you to take real big bites off of it, even though the machine's plenty powerful enough to do that. With these teeth on here, I can still run this at 100% on the remote, you know, and then take according bites, you know, depending on the type of wood. These will allow me to do that. You know, I get a lot of guys saying, you know, why would you put those on there? Rayco's not going to warranty your stuff. Look, if Rayco wants to be nitpicky about something like this, you know, my machine's running smoother. It's running, you know, it's not shaking or anything like that. When the Rayco teeth get dull during the day, I don't have time to change them out multiple times a day. This just makes my life so much easier, and honestly, it's going to save me maintenance in the long run. I mean, it's going to be saving my bearings and everything. I've heard guys say that, you know, these teeth will blow out bearings. Those are guys that don't use these teeth. You know, they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to that. This thing is super smooth, zero vibration coming from the cutter head. Especially when you're in, you know, wood, you get some nice sharp teeth on here and it just buzzes right through it. The bearings, they've been holding up very good. Haven't had any issues, no squealing, no nothing like that. Just keep them greased up like I tell you in all the other videos. Maintenance is key. Here's your belt guard box. They just did an update, so if you buy a machine today, you'll have the updated one, and basically what it is there will be a cutout right here. I don't know why Rayco didn't do that from the get-go. Sometimes, you know, they just forget stuff, whatever. I just placed an order for one on this machine. I'm going to replace this whole box here with that. Rather than take every single bolt off of this thing every single time I want to check the belt, which I've done. I've had this thing off probably 10 times now. It's a royal pain in the butt to, you know, tear it all apart, put all your bolts up here, take this off. Now you're cleaning everything. It's a pain. Now you'll be able to just pull 2 bolts off, you know, inspect your belt, and it will save you a lot of time in the long run. Most of the time when I pull this off, the belt doesn't need adjusted. I'm just checking it to make sure that it's good. Chip guards are holding up very nice. No issues with those. This thing here, when I purchased it, it had, I don't know, it kind of looked, you could see this guard here just doesn't look real pretty. All the other ones I've seen since this one, they've all come out really nice and, you know, black, whatever, but really thick, oversized guards here. No wear underneath of them at all. Hard to see on video here, but yeah, they're looking great, holding up nice, so I don't suspect any issues there. Up underneath of here, at that very bottom when there's a grease fitting down there, that's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't really like that. As soon as you get into some stuff, you know, halfway through the day, that's full of dirt and mud and you got to pull it all out. Kind of a hassle, and the way that this thing is shape down here. You got to pull this thing up, so you're getting dirty and whatnot, but not a big deal. I grease it every morning. I wash it every night, so every morning it's ready to go and be cleaned. The rest of the grease fittings are all very easy. I haven't had any issues with any of the grease zerks. They've still taken grease, no problem. Yeah, that's that. Up here, well, I guess this is kind of be a 2-for-1. I painted this. This is now a gloss black, and the reason why I did that was it was starting to rust. I guess, you know, it went through powder coat and just didn't get a great coat on it, and it started rusting inside of all these little holes here. So, you know me, I pull it off, clean it up, and painted it real nice and pretty again. Which brings me to my next point. The paint on these things, they look good, but if there were any imperfections before they powder coated these, you'll find it really fast. I guess I can show you over here. There must have been a little scratch right in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here, but it's this little thing right here. It bubbled up, started rusting. I got rust coming back out again. You got to take care of that stuff as soon as you see it. So the paint right now I'm not too happy with. Up here you'll see this big strip right here. There was a little scratch here when I got it. Within, you know, a month or so, this thing was bubbled out, you know, a couple inches all the way across and all the way down here. So I sanded it all down, cleaned it all up, and then repainted it just to make it appear a little bit better. I know a lot of guys here don't care about stuff like that, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, I like to keep my stuff clean and nice. Next thing, I guess I can say, Rayco, guys, if you're watching these videos, please fix this problem. This is my biggest problem. These tires fill up with mud in between here, and I'll show you on the other side what I've done. This side here is completely fell apart, same with the other side, and I'll show you what I mean. This is not mud in here, this is foam. I just foamed this with, you know, your typical can foam, whatever, and it's really helped out in the last 2 months in the muddy season. And it just, I mean, without that foam, it just leaves giant chunks of mud all over people's driveways and stuff like that. So if you guys can, see if you can figure out a way to fill that gap. I'll buy it, I don't care, and I'm sure other guys will too, just to prevent, you know, having to walk back and forth from the truck a whole bunch of times. Yeah, definitely a must. Please hook us up on that. Other than that, the blade's working out really nice, no wear on it. I have painted it. I did paint it over the winter time just to clean it up a little bit. Looks nice and pretty again. I get little scratches on them from pushing stuff around. I mean, that's understandable though. Blade's definitely holding up good. Nothing's bent, nothing's broke. Same thing with, you know, all my hydraulic. I don't got no leaks there or anything like that. Just this week I noticed I had some black marks kind of seeping down through here, and then in here I noticed my bottle was empty. It never overheated or anything, but it was just leaking, and it turned out it was leaking a little bit out of this bottom hose here, and the fan was obviously blowing it through here and then down the side here. I caught it, and we're gonna fill it up today. I just went out and picked up a new jug of antifreeze, so I'm pretty sure we got that problem solved. Inside the motor compartment here, I haven't noticed any other leaks. Everything sounds good. Exhaust is sounding good still. We'll go to this side. These latches, they suck. You know, Western Pennsylvania salt weather in the winter time, I think, screws them up, so you gotta kind of finagle them. But up underneath here, this is all staying nice and clean and dry. I haven't noticed any real bad rust problems or anything like that. I did notice that the piano hinge across here will get stiff. You got to keep it sprayed with oil. Again, not too big of a deal. Just every once in a while run a WD-40 can across it. That'll be good. I had one small leak down underneath of here. One of those, I think it was one of these hoses underneath of here. It was loose. That happened as soon as I got this machine. Again, simple fix, just wiggle stuff around, you'll find it. Tighten it up, no issue there. And the fuel sending unit, that tells you your fuel level, mine went out on this one. It was kind of finicky from the day that I got it. Could have been just a bad part. Again, not Rayco's fault, just, you know, bad parts happen. Sent it up there, they fixed it right up. We're good to go now. But I have noticed people complaining about them, saying that, you know, some of them aren't working correctly and whatnot. So keep an eye on it. Rayco will take care of it for you. Again, no other leaks through here, just that one there. The motor sounds phenomenal. It's grinding great. I love this grinder. I've been getting a lot of people asking me my thoughts on it versus the 45 and the 55. It's a different machine, guys. It's not the same thing. The whole style of it's completely different. It's running a gas 4-cylinder, which is basically the same as the Kubota 4-cylinder. The 45 is a turbocharged diesel engine, which is the same as the 55 gas without a turbo. The 45 and 55 are direct driven, so what that means is basically you have a shaft that comes out and attaches to the well, it's a bell housing, then the shaft, and then it goes to the belt, so it's direct drive. This is run by hydraulics. Obviously you can see that. I was always afraid of these. I wasn't sure if I would like this, but it has not been a problem. I mean, this thing feels like it's direct driven. Once that wheel is spinning, it does not care. It would take a lot to slow that wheel down. Again, the motor's mounted inside of this one instead of on top and rotates with the cutter head. The 45 and 55, they rotate on top, and then this motor just sits down low into the belly. So definitely a big perk of this thing is that it has a low center of gravity, and it'll climb hills, it'll work on hillsides, and you don't nearly have to worry as much as, you know, with the 45 and 55 of rollovers. Not saying that the 45 and 55 is, you know, gonna roll over on you. You just gotta be careful and be mindful of your surroundings and things like that. I've seen some of them fall over on their sides. It happens, but you just always got to be aware of your surroundings. Even still with this thing here, you know, you don't be out, you know, running around blindfolded, because you just never know what can happen. As far as cutting speed goes, this thing's definitely faster than a 45 and 55. Other than that, I mean, they're both very, very good machines. Buy what you can afford. And you know, maybe you don't like this style of grinder. Maybe you want to completely stay away from the hydraulic side of things. Well, then go with a 55. They're great units. They come with, you know, lots of different options. Radio controlled, standard push blades on everything. They're outstanding machines. This thing will grind any size stump that I put it up to, and the 45 and 55 will do the same. Again, I think this one's just, you know, a little bit faster. I don't know if it's going to be more reliable. These are things that I just cannot answer right now until I've had it, you know, for 5,000-6,000 hours, whatever. I won't know that until I get there. But so far, so good. We're looking forward to the season. I appreciate you guys for, you know, hanging in there and waiting for me to get back and do some more work with this machine. I am going to be posting a lot more videos of grinding, so, you know, keep your eyes out for that. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck this year. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. I'll help you out any way I can. I talk to these guys up at Rayco all the time, and they're just super good people, and they're always, you know, out to help you out if they can. So I can put you in, you know, headed towards the right guy if I need to, whatever. But that's about it. You guys have a good one, and I will talk to you here soon.